Let's say we have a new employee, Karen Smith, who will be working in the office, and we want to set up an admin account for her. Let's look at how we'll do that. So first we go to Accounts, and then we click on Manage Employee Accounts, and it brings up a list of the employees that we already have out there. We're going to click the green Add button to add a new employee, and it brings up the Add Employee Accounts screen. So the first field we come to is the account type, and as you can see, we can set up an admin account, a pool tech account, or an account for our accountant. Since we're setting up an admin account, we're going to leave it as admin. Now we're going to put in a username to begin with, because we want her to be able to log in. So I'm going to make the username K Smith, and for a password, for now we're just going to leave it Smith. As soon as she logs in, it's going to ask her to change that, so it doesn't really matter what we put there, as long as she logs in right away and gets to change it. That's what really matters. So we're going to fill in the rest of this, and we're going to say she lives at 123 Elm, just to keep it simple, San Diego. I'll make it, since we're located in San Diego, I'll put in a San Diego address. And I do want her to receive cell phone messages, so I'm just going to put in a number here, and I'm going to say she has AT&T service, email gmail.com, and I don't need to fill in her out because she's an admin person, and the account status is set to active. You should always leave it as active when you're creating a new account. All the rest of the fields on this page have to do with a pool tech account, so we don't need to touch those at all. So that's it. So then we click the submit button, and we get our success message. So now we can go back and take a look at the list just to make sure she's in there, and there she is, Karen Smith, and that's it. Now, one more thing. Once you've created that admin account, you should really decide what you want that admin account to be able to see from the admin menu. You may not want them to be able to see everything. So what you should do next is click the Customize menu button, and it brings up this Customize Admin menu screen, and you select that admin person from the list. So here she is. So we select her from the list. I want to lock this screen. In other words, once I say yes, lock the menu, it means that this employee cannot change the options that are on that menu, the admin menu. In fact, on her screen she will not have that customize button, so she can't access this screen here to customize the menu. Now, the next field, allow access to employee accounts. Do I want her to be able to access employee accounts? We're going to say yes, because I'm going to have this admin actually change the pool text routes. So she's going to need access to their accounts in order to change the pool text route. If I didn't want to give her access to that, I would simply change that to no. Do I want her to be able to see the company stats? For example, how much is owed in invoices out there? Do I want her to be able to see, for example, how much money people are paying in? Maybe not. So I'm going to say no. I don't want her to see the stats, so that top portion of the screen won't show up. Can she edit admin accounts? Yes, because I want her to be able to assign routes to pool text, so she's going to need access to do that. So now, what do I want her to be able to do? I want her to have access to Task Manager, and to accounts and to pools. I don't want to give her access to the financials. I want her to have access to routes and invoices, and I don't want her to access inventory or the vendors. I want to keep her out of tools, and she can change preferences. So now I click the login button, and there. So now I can go back and look at my employee accounts, and now I have changed the menu for Karen Smith. So now what we want to do is to go back in, just take a quick look at her, verify. So her username is K Smith and her password is Smith. So what we're going to do is log out, and now we're going to log in as K Smith with a password of Smith. Oops. And see what. So the first thing that comes up, it says your password has expired. So we know that the password was going to expire because it was a temporary password. So let's give it something like 12 kids have I. Okay, how about that? Select the security question. Let's just say Tom, and you have to click the box that says you have read the terms of use. Then you click the submit button. It changes the password, and now you'll notice this is her screen. Because we said not to give her access to the stats up at the top, you notice none of the stats show up. You'll also notice that she only has access to the task manager, accounts, pools, routes, invoices, and preferences. She does not have access to the financials. And that's how you set and lock the screen for an employee.